What's good? It's your girl Amani Caesar. Smoke.
Boy, Dre, they forever, baby.
Brian Reeves, Director 70 times 7.
Man, it's your boy, Artist.
The girl's Asia's name. Girl named Masam.
It's Young Spook, one half of Back in Business Podcast.
Aaron, the Gap 2 Diva.
Big stuff.
Are you Milan? Here, Milan.
It's your girl, Flaming Gina.
This Auntie Pig.
Boy, Lou.
Ebony, aka Ebony with an I. I'm from the Big Head Radio Show, and I'm
With the King Teeth Network, huh?
We can always edit.
There you go.
So how do we look? We look good? Am I in the frame?
Do you want me to show you?
I want you to tell me.
Yes.
Is she in the frame?
Yep, right there.
What if I do this?
You're right there. It has a box in her face now.
That's
But
good.
you can still see
That
it.
means it's focused. So do we look blurry? Beautiful. And it's rolling, right?
Yep, it says it on the card.
All right, this is the King Teeth Network.
Yo.
We're back, and we're actually in Akron today
Yeah.
with a lovely, amazing artist, creative, just overall great person. I have Xposyur in the building.
What's going on, man?
How are you?
I'm great.
I haven't done an interview in Akron in almost 2 years.
Well, don't I feel special, T?
That's no. What's crazier is I haven't done an interview since before I started the King Teeth Network. I actually did the interview before I even named it the King Teeth Network. I had the interview ready, and then when I figured the name out, that's when I put it out.
Got you.
But yeah, so you're the first official.
Yo.
Yeah, Akron. Are you an
Gang,
Akron native?
Yes, I am.
Ooh,
Born and
that's
bred,
even
baby.
better.
330.
Come on now. I
Please.
got a lot of love for Akron. I got a lot of family out here. I done made a lot of moves out here.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about all of them.
No, let's not. Please.
We got our camera lady. How are you?
Good.
Okay.
Make sure you don't over record on my phone though, okay? So only 15 to 10-second clips. I don't need nothing bigger. My phone can't handle it. There you go.
Okay, that was like 40 something video.
That's fine. You can keep it, but from here moving on, 15 to 10 seconds. That's all I need. Back to our amazing artist.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm great actually.
This has been a great environment already.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
been
great.
I've learned a lot already.
It's hot.
It's hot. It's probably the hottest day of the year so far.
Yes, it is.
But we still working.
Listen.
Come on now. That is a dedication to what you have done as well.
Thank you.
13 years.
Yeah.
And still going even stronger.
Yeah. That's
So
crazy.
let's get into it. Let's just dive into it.
Crazy.
So we have Xposyur here, and I need her to expose everything that she has done in her career. How did you get started 13 years ago?
Oh, courage in the pen.
Come on now.
Literally.
Come on now.
That's all
I had
you.
courage in the phone. But yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Literally, you gotta start with what
Come
you
on.
have.
You have
like,
to. You
Literally,
have
or
to.
I'd have never started.
Yeah.
Like the things that people talk about or discuss certain topics, but I don't feel like it's in the way that I present them, and it's no shame to other artists or things like that. I understand grace a lot, so I get this side and that side, and so I try to share both perspectives sometimes because people are strongly opinionated. I am one of those people.
Absolutely.
But after you sit down and try to put yourself in another person's shoes, and see why they feel that way, it'll help you get different perspectives on things.
Absolutely.
But courage in the pen, each step I've taken, it's just been courage in the pen. Like, I don't know the outcome. Like, that's what faith is, walking blind.
Yes.
I don't know I just had a moment, bro. I swear 2 days ago, I had a moment. And it was like, what is this even for?
Yeah.
Why am I going so hard? What is...
And what did you come to? What was that?
What is it? I came to a resolve. I wrote a contract to myself.
Okay.
You sign the contract that you write to yourself. Kind of like some Kobe stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you write a letter to money because a lot of people are scared of it.
Talk to me. What is that? The letter to money. I need to say hi. So what is that?
If you sit and think about money, a lot of people that look like us, they don't know how to manage it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you get too much of it, will you fumble it?
Yeah. Most
So,
people will.
you know, my letter to money looks like, I think I'm afraid of having a lot of you. Because I don't know, you know, hey, you're something I've never had. You know, type of deal. Like, this is how I feel about you, towards you, why you can't stay in my account. What am I doing with you? Money is a tool, a resource. It's not something to be spent. Poor people spend money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So things like that help me further my career and I don't like taking steps this way. I like to take, you know, steps that way. And so between the letter to money and the contract between myself, my resolve was, I've come this far. And I'm not going to come this far to just come this far. You know? Like
I felt that.
Denzel Washington.
I felt that.
And it's so funny because I do motivational speaking too at the high schools in Ohio, public and private. So, you know, I tell them Denzel said it. There's a difference between movement and progression. And I think a lot of people just move and they don't progress. You know what I mean? You can run in place.
Oh yeah,
but
all
you ain't
day,
going nowhere.
All day, and be tired like you did something.
And then another thing is
I understand that a lot.
The 90% rule. You have to decipher the people that come in your life at a 90-degree angle,
What do you
right?
mean?
So you have these people. How can I help you? And then you have these people. How can you help me?
Oh, I love it.
Right? And so my good friend and brother Paul, my big bro Paul, taught me you have to, and once you figure out who those people are, then you can put them in your circles.
Okay.
And then what I mean by circles is, like I said earlier, I'm a very spiritual person. When you read the word, if you read the word, not knocking nobody's religion, but just me personally.
We're going to get into it.
Jesus traveled in circles. When he did his most intense stuff, he only had 3 people with him.
Wow.
Only 3 people went up on the mountain, seen him chained. 3 people went to the Garden of Gethsemane, seen him there. So he got 312, which is the regular disciples, and then 72. Decipher where them people go in your life. You need to have 3 people that see you at your best and your worst. Then you need to have them 12 people after them 3. Then there's 72 like your associates and things like that. You treat friendships. What did Matthew Stevenson say? You treat friendships like houses. Some people only deserve to stay on the sidewalk. Some you get into your driveway. Other people you let on their porch, and then some you let into your home. And I think, you know, for me moving forward and just reconfiguring my life over the last year and a half, I've had to have those hard conversations. Had to put myself first. And I didn't know what that looked like because I never had done it before.
Okay.
It was new. I'm like, okay, now put
That's
me
hard.
first.
That's hard.
How do that work?
Where did you start?
I have an intense thing for nature.
Okay.
Like I don't know. I probably should have been coastal or something, Teeth. I was born in the wrong area. I love my city, but I needed to be born tropical in the jungle somewhere.
Really?
Yes.
I need the nature.
Yes, I need nature.
I understand that.
I
and
need it.
I do too. The green.
Yes.
Green spaces are
Oh,
so important.
my Lord.
Green spaces are important. And I don't say that enough because they are, and I didn't know that they were that important. But a lot of people live in communities with no green spaces, and they're angrier. They're frustrated.
That is a good. Oh.
No, honestly, because it's actually proven science now that you need that stuff around. You need to see nature. You need to see the.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you're definitely on the right track with that.
No, I'm sitting here thinking, am I angry?
Hey, energies are real. Energies are real.
I don't be angry, but I do get in my head a lot. Like, I can say that. I'm an avid overthinker, and I hate that I am.
Now, you said you get in your head a lot, and that
Yes.
makes me want to talk about how you came out of your depression time.
Oh, my God. It was a lot of alone time, and I didn't understand that isolation really leads to separation and growth. So then and like I said, I'm a very nature person, and when my books in the future come out, we're going to explore why God and science aren't separate. That's another topic.
Ooh.
But
come on now, because who made it? Anyway, we're not
we
gonna go there.
We ain't finna do that.
We're not gonna go there.
But I often get topics from nature and from animals because if we think about it, God put everything here first and then humans, and one has to wonder why we were here last and not first. So
I believe, and I'm gonna just go a little deep in this. I believe it was to manage, because he already. It's just like
who's managing who?
But it's just like this, right? It's just like a big time company.
Okay.
And they have this space, and they have the money for it, and they put everything in this space, but they're not going to use this space right now. They have other things they have to do.
I like that perspective.
So they place the person, studio manager, artist, whatever the case may be, to run the studio, to be in the studio, to be there, to monitor it. You got to have the janitors. You got to have the people that make sure things are where they're supposed to be. How would we know where to go or where they're supposed to be if they weren't there before we got here?
I love your perspective because I never would have thought about it like that. So this is what I like about creatives. Ain't no arguing about whose is right.
Right.
That's
just
be the
an idea.
That be the thing with me and people. Ooh, we gonna have to have a whole
nother one. Yeah, absolutely.
Because
I want to get to your story still. Yeah.
So my thinking is this: should humans decide not to worship him? There are other things here that will. You ever seen a tree bow when the wind blow?
Yeah.
That's the type of stuff I see. This wind ain't blowing. These trees recognize something that these humans don't walking around.
Wow.
Everybody want to be Jewish or whatever. Okay, Rosh Hashanah. Jesus come down to judge what's happening on earth. If you don't notice, the past 2 years for Rosh Hashanah, it's been hella windy.
Wow.
I mean, windy. Like,
and you notice all these types of things.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Little subtleties.
As a creative, I do believe you can't fully reach your level or potential of creativity until you understand your creator.
Right.
So the book of Genesis, and I don't care what you believe, the book of Genesis needs to be read by every creative.
Okay.
That when we first are introduced to God, we don't meet him as God. We meet him as our creator. Everything in there you need to know about creativity. Those first, 26 chapters of creation, it's just like, there's nothing I can't do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so when you think about it, it was a dark place. And this is another thing that helped me with my darkness. When his spirit hovers over something dark, right? All you have to do is speak. And so I took my pen and I started speaking.
Yeah.
I had terrible communication skills. I had very low self-esteem growing up. I just let go of some guilt in 2018 that I held on to for 22 years. I felt like it was my fault that my sister was being molested.
Wow.
And
why would you take that on?
Because she told me to go back upstairs. She knew what was going on. She was older than me. But I felt like I should have did something. Back then it was pagers or whatever. I only knew one number to call, but because my mother had told me, do what she tell you to do, I didn't do what I felt. And so it took away my ability to trust myself as a 5-year-old.
Wow.
And so as a result of that, all the way up until I was about 28 or 29, I could not make decisions.
Really?
Yes. Because I did not know how to trust myself.
That one situation there.
That on top of other things. And so...
But that's the catalyst, right?
Yes.
That's the thing that kind of like, you can always go back to, like, now that's kind of started.
Yeah.
Why I started to make decisions like this.
Yes.
You know?
That and
that's good that you can pinpoint it, because some people can't.
Yeah, and they say you stop growing at the age your trauma occurred.
Wow.
And so there are a lot of adults who are children.
Yes.
and they refuse to go back to that place of trauma because it's painful. But that depression and thinking about all those things, I had been the heaviest I ever was weight wise, and it took a lot of prayer, it took a lot of exercise, it took a lot of affirmations, it took a lot of reassurance, and honestly, it took a lot of me having accountability for my actions. Because a lot of people want to be like, they did this, that. Okay, they did. But what did you do? How are you responsible in your own pain? You know?
Absolutely.
You know, so it took, and I'm still growing, but it took those moments to be like, you are part of the reason why you are here. You know what I mean? And it took me being quiet, because some people, you know, the pain is so great. I get it. You want to talk about it, but sometimes you got to learn how to shut up. And so that was my lesson, to learn how to be quiet and not let that fester and let your heart get worked on, and just become a new person. It was uncomfortable for a whole year and a half. I felt like I couldn't say anything, and I didn't want to, because I felt like that was one of the things the Lord was telling me in prayer. Like, I'll do it. You have to be quiet, though, even when you felt like you were right. And granted, I was, because after I had got over the person or the situation, then the apology came. Sometimes you got to heal before you get that thing. Or
you wouldn't even be able to take it.
Yeah, like, or you'll never get it at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it was tough. And I have to commend my younger self for just keeping one foot in front of the other. If you got to cry, there are plenty of nights I cried, plenty of nights I woke up in tears, but I never gave up. Yeah. Like, you have to see it. Because visionaries, you know, Teef, we visionaries. The big thing for us is, and I don't know if it's just me, God will show me my greatest moment and my weakest point, right?
Oh, why are you speaking to my life right now?
And so when I tell you I was fucked up, like, even over this past year and a half, that was what brought me out of that initial depression. But the last year and a half of my life, Teef, I was spit on, you know, a whole bunch of things by the closest person to me. But I can't sit here and say I'm not responsible for the anger. Am I responsible for the spit? Absolutely not.
That was their
fuck
choice.
No.
Right.
But am I responsible for some of the pain I caused? Absolutely. So just I see myself here back when the doctor was thinking about Xposyur, because I had lost weight too quickly. You know what I mean? Like, and so the thing with us visionaries and creatives, we see that, and we see where we are right now, and this space in between ain't something we trying to fuck with right now.
Right.
No.
Absolutely.
Why would
Are
you
we trying to
show me
just
that?
put our heads down
like,
and just try to...
I'm just praying about something else.
Yeah.
You want to drop this in my head, my mind.
And won't let it go away. So it has to be important, and I understand that now. And that's crazy that you even say that, because a lot of people put off their dreams because of life and things of that nature. But then if you really pay attention to those people, they're never really happy anymore.
And that's the thing. It's like, okay, if I walk away from music, I'll be miserable.
Right.
But if I stay in music and I don't
the way you were.
Yeah. The way I was, if I stay in music and I don't get to where I'm going, where I see, will I still be miserable? You know, like
the whole time. Right.
So it's just like it's ups and downs that creatives go through. So I don't know.
No, it's definitely ups and downs. But you picked up that pen.
Yeah.
Did you pick up the pen and write a poem first, or did you write a actual rap song?
I picked up the pen and wrote a poem first.
So poetry came first.
Poetry
were
came first.
Were you already a poet of sorts? Were you already kind of putting it in your head? So that was the first. Oh, you already didn't see what she can do, because I already posted. Yeah, you didn't seen it. So that just came. Did you know you had that ability?
I always knew I was weird, because I would love English and literature and history and story time.
Really?
Like, and they'd be like, okay, write a make-believe story. And I'm like, I think I have a vivid imagination.
I have a good story right now.
And I'm just like, okay, but it's not the thing that was going to be leading the industry. At that point, it was science, technology, engineering, math. That's what was getting pushed on us in middle school.
Absolutely.
But my imagination, I would just like think of things and write them. Like, you know what I mean? So it started off with them little corny stories you got to write in English, whatever. It's so funny because I did not like my English teacher. You hear me? Like, I would be sent to the office every other day.
Oh, no.
And then boom, I'm a writer.
Yeah, right. So you write everything. You don't freestyle?
I can freestyle up until about 6 to 7 bars.
Got you.
But I'm trying to learn.
You want to learn?
I want to learn.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
I want to learn.
I think writing is a lost art, though. I do. I think it's a lost art that needs to be reintroduced to the game, to be honest. Okay. Because, first off, writer credits are crazy. So if you get those writer credits on big things, you don't have to necessarily be the face, and you're still being able to feed your family. So that's a skill. Yeah. That's a what do they call it? A trade of sorts that you can trade values with, you know, and you can always use that to benefit your career, even if the career that you want isn't necessarily happening at the moment. That's why I learned all of this. I can light, shoot, and record somebody, and I don't have to be on camera. But I did that because I learned being on camera, you know? So it's like, we have to remember, in the music game, in the world, the industries, quote unquote, industries have certain trades and skill sets that make the industry valuable. Yeah. We can't forget this. We just want to look good. You know what I'm saying? We always want to rap. We want to look good. But the actual work that gets you paid is the writing, is the directing, is the studio spaces, it's the intangibles, the tangible things that you do as an creative artist that make you valuable, and then you put that on top of a great bar, you know, on a top of a great song. Now you introduce yourself to the whole music scene, not just one lane, not just, I gotta go do 100 shows to make my money. No, I can do 10 shows and write 10 songs, and I'm making just as much, if not more, and I'm getting revenue streams from it, and I'm getting back ends from it. I don't gotta go do another show. So it's just like, I love how you go about it, because that's how you really win at the end, 20 years from now. You know? Yep. Even if you never got out of Ohio, you could still get out of Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Like, even as the artist, like, even if the King Teeth Network never got out of Ohio, I could still be shooting in LA on anything. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's just, but then you could come home and be like, I still have a solid base of core fans that love what I do, because this is my freedom. And that's kind of how we find that balance as a creative. Because yes, like you said earlier, are we gonna always try to go up, and if we never make it, are we ever gonna be happy? And we can't quit, because we're definitely gonna be unhappy. So we have to find something in the middle that'll work, even if that doesn't get there. But we still shooting, but at the same time remembering I still want to be here in 20 years. So I can't fizzle out. So yeah, I love it. Absolutely. You picked up the pen and wrote a poem first. So when did you put out your first song?
Somebody approached me in 2015.
Okay.
2016 or something. Said, hey, I'm not sure if this is going to be long term. I have a CHH label. I want you to be on it. And knew nothing about him. Like, okay, I'll try being on the label. Shout out Ty Clark, Perfect Cast Music. Not sure if he's still
Perfect Cast Music
running the label, but we had a few bangers. I put out a poetry EP.
That was the poetry EP. I loved it. I mean, you went deep. I'm talking about four lengthy song deep. Like, it was.
Wait, you talking about what I sent you?
No, you didn't send me that.
Oh.
You sent me some other stuff. But when I did my research,
got you.
And I believe it's
what
this
you
my
about to
guy.
say?
This what's the song?
He is God.
He is God. Oh, 4. hard minutes. And just, and it's all facts though.
That's a trilogy, Teeth.
Is it?
It has 2 other parts.
I need to get the other parts, please.
I didn't record the. Well, I might have to send it to you. That second part. The second part is called Kinda God.
Okay.
And then the third part I just finished is called I've Seen Him Do It. So it's a trilogy. Like, he is God. If I'm talking, I wrote this from a perspective. I'm talking to an unbeliever.
Okay.
I'm telling them everything that he is.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ask me, well, if he do all of that, what kind of God is he? Because if you call him these kind of names, and then I start, he's kind of God with, he's a come back, I love you kind of God.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a turn around, I'm right where you left me.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I'm like, okay, since he's that kind of God, how did you know? And then the third part is, I know because I've seen him do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Bring it home.
It's lit.
Oh, you gotta finish that one.
Lit.
Just for us. Just for us at the royal family. You gotta finish that one. I need it. That's a trilogy, but that tells a story.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about the poetry of it all, that it was a real story behind it. It wasn't just sounding good words and then you put God in it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was a story about how you view God
Mm-hmm.
and who he is to you.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it.
So dope.
I'm gonna bring it home eventually.
Yep.
But
On a chair.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. She's over it.
She is hilarious.
She's over it.
Hey, that's one of my helpers from last year's program.
That is hilarious.
And she is just as good as she was last year, if not better. And she is absolutely more funny.
It's the decorum for me.
She is hilarious. She got her chair. We're gonna let her get in here.
And I'm very strong.
And she's very strong. Yeah. She can do a handstand and a push-up. I can't even do that. And I'm supposed to have all these muscles. I don't even know what.
Where? I know you lying. Get it, T.
Where? Oh, that baby spider.
I don't do bugs.
No, it's big.
Oh, it is big. You gonna get it? Did you get it?
Go under the wall. No. It ran away too fast. I couldn't get it.
Uh-oh.
I don't do the bugs.
Yeah.
No.
I'll get it if it comes out. Let me know. I'll get it.
Baby.
Okay. So where?
Did I just flip over?
Did you hit him? Did you?
I think I stepped on a little
I think you got him a little bit too, because he ran fast. He was getting up out of here.
And then I think it's on his back.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So back to the conversation
Lord
at hand.
Jesus.
After that, you put out this whole poem EP.
Mm-hmm.
What was your mindset?
Woo!
That was 2015.
Yes, my mindset was, okay, they hear you now. I always knew back then, and this could be a whole nother episode, I always knew back then it would have to come through to a crossroad of, even though I was happy and I meant what I said in that moment, I would have to choose myself or choose the applause of people. And
was that always a hard battle for you?
oh yeah, being
Was it
raised
really?
in church, coming out, everything like that.
What was that like?
Well, like I said earlier, a lot of people, and I said it in a different context of light, but a lot of people already know what you refuse to accept for yourself.
Oh wow.
And okay, knew I was gay. That's cool.
What do they know about me?
So,
I'll
what
be-
do
I'll be
y'all know
deep.
about T?
I'll be when you say stuff, I'm like, what do they?
What do they think
What
about
do they
it?
know?
Thought I was keeping it on the
I
DM.
thought
Wrap tight, buckle cover.
You are hilarious.
No, but
No,
baby.
It is 95 degrees. We don't need shirts.
No, for real. You see what I mean?
Come on.
But that's
I
aesthetics.
put pants on for the aesthetics, not because I wanted to.
Oh, wait a minute, T.
Uh-oh.
I messed it up.
No, you're good.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, just
Boom. Hello.
yeah,
we
get-
back.
There we go.
All right. But
But back to
yeah.
that moment.
So it was just like everybody knew. I guess it was just fear of. I can't really say what it was fear of. It was just an intense fear.
Like this spider's giving her? Is it back?
It's back.
Like
get it.
is it back?
Get it, Teeth.
It's literally go.
Is it back? Is
I'm
it?
running the wall.
Okay, yeah, Teeth, go get it.
I got you. I gotta get something to hit it with.
Yo, shoe, hurry up.
Here.
Where is it? Where'd it go?
Yeah, y'all playing.
No, I swear.
No, I don't see it. It's like and there's like a little thing in the wall where it can just be in there too. Hold this. I'll be back.
Why I got your pillow? What am I about to do with
It's a
your
little
pillow?
dip
now,
and
Teeth?
everything. Oh Lord, you gonna
I don't
smother
do
it.
bugs.
I understand. Only reason why I can do bugs now is because South Carolina.
You used to live there?
Oh, for 4 years it was Bug Central, and
Was it?
and spiders are 3 times bigger
Are
because they don't die. They don't die over like because winter, they either move on or they pass away. Down there, it's all year. They can stay alive all year, so they just get big, just huge.
Yeah, heck no.
Quick story. I was headed to.
Teeth, I know you lying.
I was headed to class. Right?
I know you lying.
Head to class. Opened the door. This was on the other side of the door. I can still think when I think about it.
You did.
Of your car?
No, of the door of our house. And the worst part about it is.
Oh my God.
The worst part about it is I had the first room. So so as you open the door, my door is here. So if it jumps in my room. So I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. It's literally this big. So we had some spray.
Oh,
I
my
hit it
God.
with a spray, right? To knock it off the door. I wasn't gonna hit it with my shoe. It wasn't gonna kill it. It was that big. My shoe.
You should have sprayed it.
So I sprayed it. I hit it. I hit it hard. It dropped something. And thousands of them just start going everywhere. Just everywhere.
Oh, you hit the mama.
Mama's still not dead. She rolling. I'm just like, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna leave everything here and I'm gonna move. But I had the spray and it was a full bottle. So I'm telling you, we ain't see a bug. When I tell you I ain't see a bug after that, ain't no bug ever came. And it was like it was nuts though. But I'll never forget that.
I would have moved out.
Oh yeah.
School
But
over.
what's crazy is that we was in the better houses. The other house was in the woods. Oh yeah, you see some stuff, some bugs that I ain't never heard of. That are they might talk to you. But this is not about the bugs or the bug story. This
Oh
is
my
about
God.
Xposyur and how she had to overcome her challenges mentally to become her best self.
Yeah.
And that's what I see
definitely-
now. Even though we're always still working,
Yeah.
we're always continually working on ourselves. I see a better version
Thank you.
of what you've been telling me.
Thank you. That's the goal.
And you spoke on that light in the eye.
Yeah.
You still have it.
Oh, I lost it. It took a lot of work over the year to get it back, but I'm grateful I'm here, like literally. So this mixtape,
Now we're gonna talk about this new mixtape because I've been waiting on it. When is it coming? Do you have a release date? Do you have a title?
I'm pushing for the end of July.
Okay.
But if I don't get what I want
Uh-huh.
by then, it'll be out early August.
Okay.
The funny thing is, for a title, I don't know a title.
Okay.
Teeth.
So it might
I'ma
get pushed.
send you.
It might get pushed back to August.
Shut up.
we need a title.
Teeth, I'm just about to send you all of them.
Please.
That way we can think about it
Let's
together.
talk. Let's talk.
And
I would
like
love
maybe
to.
some stanza jump out and we can be like, oh, that should be the title. You know, but
You gotta let me hear it.
I don't know what the time, but it's 4 different vibes.
How many songs?
Just 4.
Just 4.
I did it that way as a marketing strategy.
Okay.
Because people only know me as a poet.
Okay.
And so to reintroduce them to me as a soul artist, which includes hip hop, I wanted to do it this way. Now the full mixtape, which will be out next year, that has everything from poetry to neo soul,
And I think
to
you
R&B,
should. I
go-go.
think that's gonna be beautiful.
Oh my God.
That's gonna be beautiful because that's gonna show your range.
Yeah.
Because you are. Because I was thinking, and when I was doing my research, I was wondering, do you classify as a gospel artist?
Nope.
But
I
you
used to.
But you don't.
Nope.
But you said you used to.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you make the kind of the change?
The change. There's so much to explore musically.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been one to be in a box, on a shelf, or anything that seems like it could hold a person. I've never been this or that. I've been both.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been here or there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not God or anything, but and I told them this last night too. My mom taught me a valuable lesson growing up because they was trying to tell me I couldn't play basketball and be a cheerleader. She told me never let people tell you what you can and can't do.
Because how they know?
Because she went to bat for me, and I ended up being able to do both. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, it's two different sports, same goal, same tenacity. And so for me personally too, it has a spiritual aspect to it as well. But I can't be revealing all of my secrets.
That's right.
But yeah, I wanted to explore other options, other ways for me to get a powerful message out.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, I don't perform or minister as much in church anymore since I've come out and, you know, just doing regular things.
How was that transition?
I knew once I made a decision that I would lose some.
And what did you lose?
And some support.
Okay.
Some followers.
Yeah.
Some people on my team.
Wow.
All of that. And so reinventing yourself is hard if you allow yourself to be in the way of the reinvention.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to literally step back and let God switch up what he needed to switch up.
Mm-hmm.
Let him switch me up and change me. You know what I mean? Still the same person. I just in my free element.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed about how I feel about him. Nothing's changed how I felt about them. You know, we just can't go the distance together. The love haven't changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is
hurts.
what it is. Oh yeah. The hardest type of grief is grieving people that are still breathing.
Yeah. Like they're right there. But it's like they're not at the same time.
And so I went through that the last year and a half. I mean,
So this is recent,
Yeah.
you coming out.
yes. And my stepsons they'll say, girl,
We
everybody
been
been
new."
new.
Right.
You just came out to yourself. And that's fine. You know, I still like boys too. You know, just I prefer a woman over a man, but I still, you know, have those attractions to men. But it was just like, breathe every day. I had to remind myself to breathe because my entire world was shifting. You know, everything that I ever knew was changing. And I had to be okay with
And
that.
it was strong faith too.
But, you know, I still go to church. You know, still worship.
As you should.
Do my
Because why? 'Cause
Yeah.
God loves everybody.
Yeah. So, but it's different. I will say that
Is
it's
it?
different. It's a difference.
Wow.
You definitely can tell it's a difference. But I've never been more happy to get up in the morning. Wow. You know.
That's beautiful though.
You know, like
That's beautiful.
it's okay.
How long have you been fighting this? I want to be myself, and I want to make my family happy, or I want to make the people around. How long have you been fighting?
I said
that?
a line that said, "Pride is my biggest issue when people are proud of me." And like I said earlier, I knew I was going to have to come to this crossroad at one point. And for the first time, I finally chose myself. So I would say maybe 4 or 5 years after I started performing. So maybe about 2016, 2017. I knew, you know, me and God would talk. He'd be like, hey, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Whether you want it to or not.
Yeah.
So, and I would avoid the conversation. Because I felt like I was finally making some people proud of me. Definitely felt like a fuck up growing up.
Wow.
I was smart, book wise. And, you know, people would tell me, which was rude now that I think about it, you know, you book smart, you're not street smart. I am not street smart. I don't know. anything about the streets. I've never pretended to know. I know a few things happen in them, due to my dad, having a cocaine addiction, but that's about it. I don't know nothing about how to count,
How to weigh it up?
Yeah.
You don't know how to weigh it up? Me neither.
I hit it a few times.
Come on now.
But I only need 2 teeth.
That's
Anything
it?
after 2.
Your eyes get real low fast.
Anything after 2, I'm going to be sitting here looking at you, waiting for you to answer your own question. Like, what's going on with the interview? We sit here quiet, like, are you going to say something? Yes, that would be me.
Wow. Okay, so it's Pride Month. What does that mean to you as a...
I love my alphabet people. LMNOP.
I love them too. I have some very close ties.
LGBTQ
Love y'all.
plus, minus, division. It's so much to it now.
It is.
Back when I started, it was just you gay, straight, or you bisexual. Pride Month is a little different for me.
How so?
I'm not hiding.
Right.
I've never, and I don't know if they're gonna kill me for this, never been to the Inner Belt before. Definitely
Really?
wanna
I've been there.
Definitely want to go.
You should definitely go.
I would even want to perform there.
Yes.
But it's just, I'm still getting to know the ins and outs of my community.
I love it.
I'm
Which
very
you should
new.
be able to.
Yeah,
Why do we
very
have
new
to
to it.
know everything?
Yeah.
I didn't know black people when I moved around black people. I'm from Ravenna, Ohio. We know what that looks like.
Yes.
So moving into a 90% dominant African American environment, it's not scary per se, but it's like, it's different.
Yes.
It's definitely more aggressive. It's definitely more, you gotta
He said it's more
stand firm
aggressive.
on what you say and what you believe, or things people will try to miscrew your words.
Yep.
I didn't necessarily get that in Ravenna, so that was the, it's a shift, but I had to learn it, and I was happy the whole time because I'm with my people. You're with your people now, so you should be able to enjoy yourself while you learn.
Yep.
That's why I love this, because I learn every time I do something. I learn every single time. Like, I started to do the start stuff and do the 9 minutes just for you, just for the artist to have something to. It's just them.
Yeah.
It's just them.
I appreciate
And I feel like
that.
they open up a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
When they just get to talk. They
Man,
just get to
I love
speak
it.
on it.
I love it.
So we're gonna wrap this up. We've been here a little minute.
Yeah, we
I think our camera 2 videos. We've been here a while. We've been a while. But Xposyur, I thank you. This is part 2 basically. It is.
The shade. The shade.
I thank you so much.
Thank you,
we,
man.
We look forward to your
Yeah,
new project that we
absolutely.
haven't named yet, but we will.
It's coming.
Maybe
y'all.
by the time I
I'm
get
telling
this
y'all.
out, she has her.
telling
You know what I'm
y'all,
saying?
it's
Because I'll
lit.
take time too.
Nerve DJs gave it all thumbs up last night.
Did they? Shout out to Nerve DJs because I love them. Actually, they have a
Yeah.
lot of. I have a lot of love for them. Shout out DJ Johnny O. Shout out to all of y'all
Yeah.
over there at Nerve
T-Rex.
DJ. T-Rex, all of y'all.
Man.
You know the Big Head family for sure.
For sure.
Shout out to y'all, but shout out to you.
Thank you. T.
Shout out to you for overcoming.
Thank
Shout out
you.
to you for never stopping. Shout out to you for being okay with who you are.
Yeah.
Because that is our hardest battle at
Yep.
times.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Being okay with who you want to be
Mm-hmm.
and who you are inside. And once you really let that out, it's like it's like a release,
Yep.
and you're like a whole new person.
Yep.
So I thank you for that. I thank you for your time.
Thank you, man. Thank
And-
y'all. Yeah.
We out here. This is King T Network.
All right.